Hi everybody, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a pick a pile general reading for anybody who is in no contact with their person. So if there's no communication, somebody's shut down communication, you guys are in no contact, you've been separated for however long, or just apart for some reason, this reading is for you. Just pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. You do not only have to pick one. You can pick 1, 2, 3, you can watch all of them, one of them, two of them, So just pick whichever 1 or 2 or 3 you're most drawn to. Now keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. You may need to swap roles throughout the reading. I am just reading energies and doing my best to decipher a story from the messages. So I could be talking about you, your person, another individual or party at any time throughout the reading. So swap roles as necessary. And do not overextend yourself or stretch it to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story. If one pile isn't resonating, go ahead and check out another. So take a moment to just pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. So we have pile number 1 here with the Salvador Dali Tarot, the Tarot del Fuego as the clarifier, and my lovely Charms as the other clarifier, with Labradorite. Labradorite is a very spiritual stone, great for protection and has many healing properties for your energy. It is great to balance your mood, and it is perfect for settling your mind. Pile number 2, we've got the Muse Tarot with the Tarot de Luz for the clarifier, and the Prism Oracle deck as the other clarifier, with Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is the stone of unconditional love. It is love in all forms. You can put it in your home, under your pillow, in your kitchen, next to your bed, in the shower, and you will bring love to any space that you have this stone. It is great for opening up your heart chakra and for transmuting pain in your heart. And pile number 3, we've got the Tarot of the Drowning World with the Kawaii Tarot as the clarifier and the Inner Guidance Messages as the other clarifier, with Crystal Quartz. Crystal Quartz is a perfect stone for transmuting pain as well. It is a stone that is used by mediums to communicate with spirits. It is also great for opening your third eye and for connecting with your higher self and source. Keep in mind that this is just a general reading, so it may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. You may need to swap roles. I am just deciphering a story as best I can from the messages and reading energies. So I could be talking about you, your person, another individual or party at any time throughout the reading. No matter what I'm saying, you may need to swap roles throughout. And do not stretch or overextend yourself to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story, okay? So go ahead and pick which pile, and I'll see you there. Hi, pile 1. Alrighty, so you chose the Salvador Dali Tarot, clarified by Tarot de Fuego, and my Charms. And you've got Labradorite as the stone. So Labradorite here is a protection stone. It kind of encompasses all the chakras, and it is really great for really collecting your thoughts, gathering your thoughts, and gaining clarity in that regard. Hi, Dillard. That's my cat. Okay, so let's get into this. I've already pre-shuffled, cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, and then pre-shuffled as well. Oh, let's first pull an affirmation card for pile 1. All right, pile 1. Today I am persistent. Today nothing will stop me from accomplishing my goals. Nothing will stand in the way of my happiness. All right, so this is a no contact reading. So pile 1, I'm getting here that you have definitely been contacting this person and maybe aren't hearing back from them. You're in no contact not by your choice. You're in no contact by their choice. And I'm getting here, haven't communicated that to you. They just stopped talking. So, and you're confused, which is why you continue to reach out to them. So this is a great quality to have, persistence. So today, nothing will stop me from accomplishing my goals. Nothing will stand in the way of my happiness. When you're contacting this person and they're not responding, that doesn't make you happy. So you're standing in the way of your own happiness by continuing to do that. You need to realize that. And persistence is a great quality to have, but not when you're being persistent. You can't control other people. So if somebody else is pulled away and has shut down, you've got to give them their space. There's nothing you can do in that regard. You've done all you can do. Okay? So refrain from sending another message. Let's get into this reading, and hopefully we can give you some clarity here about what's going on. Okay? So. All right, a card for you. The Fool. Card for the person on your mind. The Magician. Okay. Past energy. The Seven of Cups. Present energy. Present energy, the Two of Swords. Your intuition. The Emperor. Challenge. One, two, three, four, five. The Five of Swords. Advice. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, Eight of Cups. Your advice is the Eight of Cups. What is your person thinking, feeling, and what is their next move? Knight of Wands. Okay. And your bias or caution, bias and caution. The Nine of Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Nine of Wands. And then your guidance. The Three of Wands. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, you've got Justice. Alrighty. So, on your end, you've got the Fool. You took a leap of faith with this person. You were vulnerable. You put yourself on the line. You told them how you felt. It doesn't look like that was reciprocated here, or maybe it was reciprocated for a brief moment of time. Either way, though, you took this leap of faith, and you're wanting a new beginning with them as well. That's kind of what the Fool is about, new beginnings. So you definitely want a new beginning with them. This person, though, they've got the Magician. So I'm getting manipulation here. Maybe they are, and manipulation isn't necessarily something that is always malicious, but sometimes people manipulate without even consciously manipulating. So they could be just, unaware that they're playing games, but it's because they're just kind of in survival mode, and kind of when their attachment wound gets triggered, meaning like the way they attach to others, the way they build relationships. And you build attachment platonically, you build it romantically, and you build it like in a family dynamic as well. So we build different types of attachments, and this person may have a unhealthy romantic attachment way that, method of how they attach to romantic partners, and causes them to shut down, play games, not be their authentic self. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. This person was putting on a show. I don't get that they intentionally did this. Clarify the Fool, clarified by the Six of Wands, and clarify the Magician, clarified by the Seven of Swords. Yep. And in the past, we've got the Seven of Cups clarified by the Hermit, and in the present, the Two of Swords clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you wanted this new beginning with this person, right? And you never got really your flowers. You never got this recognition. You continued trying, not only because of pride. So Six of Wands is pride, but also it's somebody recognizing you. So you wanted this recognition. It's looking like you wanted that validation. You wanted to be seen for what you were doing. You were trying to give a lot to this person, and you deserve recognition for that. So let's see. Clarified by the cherries. The cherries, which means flirtatious and promiscuous. This person may not have been totally emotionally available because maybe they were giving their energy to other people. And so you kind of, I'm getting here that you wanted that energy, you wanted that recognition, that pride, and you wanted that. You took a leap of faith on this person, hoping that they would be able to meet you halfway. But they never turned this. Maybe sometimes they would turn this energy towards you, but I'm getting here largely that they took advantage of you, and they took advantage of your kindness, and they took advantage of your ability to give. So on their end, they've got the Magician, manipulation, and then the Seven of Swords, which is denial, which is lying, trickery. They were playing games. They were in denial about how they actually felt about you, and they really created this this dynamic in the relationship that was very unhealthy. And they don't see that, though. They probably blame you for it. Now, hold on one second. My cat. So sorry about that. He was about to pull everything down. Okay, so where were we? Oh, the cactus was the clarifier for the Magician and the Seven of Swords. So let's see what the cactus is. The cactus. Okay, the cactus. Rigid, cold, distant. Yeah. So this person, they came in, they swooned you, you fell for it, or it's not that they didn't mean it, but like they don't know what they wanted. So like they were just in the moment, and they meant it in the moment, but then like they realized their fears overpowered them. So like they started playing games, they created this themselves, and they became very cold, very distant, very rigid. Cactus. Okay. In the past, they treated you like an option. Seven of Cups. Maybe they had, they weren't making the best decisions. And somebody here, I'm getting it was you, felt like it was you were an option, and you were this made you really go into hermit mode, meaning you really started taking an introspective look at yourself. And this is normally hermit mode's a good thing. It's like introspection. It's to go inward and kind of see what we can improve upon. But this is all for the wrong reasons. This person made you feel less than, made you go inward and think you had to change yourself for some reason, for some reason. But you just need to be your authentic self. And if this person is not willing to see that or know your value, then that is their problem, not yours. You got the wolf here. So the wolf is not only a wolf in sheep's, no, I'm sorry. The wolf is deception, I believe. Sorry, I don't remember the charms. Wolf, hidden monster, and pack mentality. So I'm getting both here. So in the past, this person had a side of them that they didn't show immediately, but it came out, and that caused you to have a pack mentality. It's like, I need to change myself. I need to follow the leader, follow what somebody else thinks about me. It made you really go inward and look at yourself in a bad way, is what I'm getting. In the present energy, you've got the Two of Swords and then the Wheel of Fortune. So everything's at a stalemate, at a standstill. Two of Swords, and then the Wheel of Fortune. It's just not the right time. It wasn't the right time. In divine timing, this may work out, but this person's got a lot of lessons they need to learn. And clarifying this with the Tinkerbell. So they're still very much not grown up. They're immature. They've got a lack of emotional maturity. So age doesn't matter. This person lacks emotional maturity. They do not know how to navigate these feelings. And when somebody doesn't know how to handle these emotions that arise and work through them, work through the discomfort, work through the disconnection, and communicate these things, they start to play games. They become cold and distant. They start to criticize. They start to judge. They start to project onto you all of their own shortcomings. And, they'll really, really highlight your insecurities, and it's really a bad dynamic to be in. And it can, if you're not also secure within yourself, and you know for a fact, this becomes a tit for tat thing, and it just gets really bad. And I have a feeling that's what happened here. Your intuition right now is saying Emperor. So the Emperor is kind of like, he voids emotion. He, she, they voids emotion, kind of does away with it and rules with the iron fist. There's a lot of structure and stability. Your intuition's telling you need to shut that down right now and not show this person any more emotion, because they have mishandled it. They've shown you that they're not able to handle it. And so instead of doing away with it, though, don't rob yourself of something because somebody else couldn't appreciate its value. So don't do away with these things, but you need to get a hold of yourself and not show this person them anymore, your emotions. Don't be vulnerable with this person anymore. They've showed you that they cannot, they don't know how to handle it. Knight of Pentacles. Be slow with yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. This is hard work and commitment, dedication. It's going to take a lot of hard work to shut these emotions down and bring this structure and stability back into your life. I have a feeling that this separation shook you very, very deeply. Let's clarified by the rabbit. So the rabbit is let's see. Oh, beauty, procreation, good fortune, and wealth. So what I'm getting here is that you need to find the beauty in this situation. So your intuition's telling you that this was a blessing in disguise. This was something that it looked like an opportunity, but over time, slow and steady wins the race. Commitment, dedication, Knight of Pentacles. Over time, if you're able to regain, a handle on these emotions and bring structure, stability back to your life, and kind of stop being vulnerable with this person, you will see that this was meant to happen this way. And that, they say rejection is God's protection, right? And, or the universe or spirit or whatever, if you're religious, whatever you call it, rejection is protection. So the challenge you're facing at this time is the Five of Swords. I feel like there was a lot of harsh words that were exchanged. Whether or not you engaged in the tit for tat with this person, there were some things said. Maybe you said things you want to take back. Maybe they did. Clarified by the King of Cups. That is emotional regulation. Again, it's like it's balancing the head and the heart. The King of Cups knows how to offer their heart, but they also bring their mind along with them. And the King of Cups is really about like desire and devotion, and it's being able to regulate those things and understand them. So that's your challenge here at this time. Your advice is the Eight of Cups, which is walking away. You've got that clarified by the World. This is the end. You've got to end this cycle of returning to this person and continuing to reach out to them. Their energy right now is the Knight of Wands, and I'll get into that in a second. Clarified by the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so let's go back to your challenge. Five of Swords. There was fights, and there's a lot of resentment that built, and there was harsh words exchanged. And this had to do with, you had a lot of feelings for this person, King of Cups. And I feel like you had a hard time once they started coming at you, you started coming at them. And it's like you guys went back and forth. And this, you had trouble regulating these emotions, clarified by the music note, which is music note. Listen for messages. So your challenge is to extract the message here. I feel like you're very focused on the words that were said instead of the underlying meaning behind these things. And sometimes that takes just a lot of introspective work and time to see that, people act away. They do. It's not because of you. And it's not because of what's going on. It's because of them. It's how they feel. So look at these messages here. What is this trying to tell you? Why did this person react that certain way? Why did they shut down? Did they shut down because they don't they like don't like you? No, they obviously liked you. They shut down because they're not good with vulnerability. They have overwhelming feelings. They were confused. They felt offended. You know what I mean? So like there's some messages here that you got to extract, and once you're able to regulate these emotions and allow them to pass through, you might be able to better understand these messages regarding the fights that you guys had. Now, the advice here is to walk away. 8 of Cups, clarified by the World and the Cloud. So you got the Cloud here. Alrighty. And the 8 of Cups, walk away, end the cycle, go to where you feel like you belong, go to where you feel like you can, this is a sense of achievement, this is a sense of accomplishment, and this is walking away from something because it's no longer serving you. And then the cloud is, where the heck is the cloud? Oh, right here. Dreamy and unrealistic. Your advice is to realize that you had to walk away and end this cycle because it was unrealistic. And when you really look at this, you'll realize that, you maybe are living on a fantasy version of this person in your head, on what the potential could be, on the potential that you built and made in your head about this person, instead of actually taking them at face value. The person does not make you feel good. They do not say nice things to you. They do not reciprocate your energy. They do not treat you well. You should not like that person. You should not be attracted to that person, at least mentally. You could physically be attracted to them, but that doesn't matter. So you have to understand, if you still are attracted to this person, want this person, that's something deeper. That's something deeper within you. And it is an attachment wound that has been triggered within you. And your attraction to this person is not based on who they are, the qualities they possess, and what they give to you, and how they treat you. It's not based on any of those things. It's based on a deeper insecurity that you have. So you gotta really realize how unrealistic being with this person is, and walk away and end that cycle and do the inner work to look at yourself. Oh, you got the Turtle here clarifying their next move and how they're thinking and feeling. They were moving way too slow, and they weren't ready to slow down. They were not ready. They were not ready to slow down. They want to go slow. So they want to go somewhere where it's not going to get so intimate so quickly. And I'm getting this person doesn't consider a sexual encounter to be that intimate. They are able to detach themselves. So they may be being promiscuous at this time, I'm so sorry to say. The Knight of Wands here is the F-boy, F-girl card. It's like, this is someone who's not mature. They're emotionally immature. And they're not ready to settle down, and they want to, go give their energy around. So you shouldn't want somebody like that anyway, honestly. I know that doesn't make the pain go away. I know that doesn't make it stop hurting, but it's like, this person was not good for you. They wouldn't have they would not have treated you well. And the 6 of Pentacles here is like, I'm getting here, they don't know how to give. So they are going to, hold on a second. They are going to give their energy to whoever wants to not take it seriously, and whoever wants to go very slow. Now, do not convince yourself that you were moving too fast. There's no such thing. People move at the pace they are willing to, and you will find somebody, I'm sorry, I'm picking up these cards. You will find somebody that will move at that pace with you. There's no such thing as too fast, too slow, or what's normal for somebody is not normal for somebody else. So it's about finding somebody who's on the same page as you. This person, in my opinion, The way I look at it, they were moving way too slow. They were not ready to settle down. They wanted to be free, or what their idea of freedom is, whatever that may be. So this person, I'm just getting, they were no, no, they were not it. Sorry, they were not it. And next, like, they would have hurt you. Okay, there's plenty of other people out there that will be suitable for meeting you, and they'll want to meet your needs. Okay, but you got to look deeper and see what in you was what is continuing to attract you to a person who isn't showing up for you, isn't meeting your needs, and isn't willing to put in the work. You gotta ask yourself that. Your bias here is the wounded warrior, 9 of Wands. Your bias is that you want to continue going after this person, even though it hurts you, 9 of Swords. Your bias here is that you're hurt, but you're hopeful. But like, it causes nothing but turmoil, 9 of Swords. Despair. Clarified by the ghost. They've ghosted you and you still want them. You think it means something else that it doesn't mean. It means that they are not a very great person. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to be authentic. They do not know how to show up, as their authentic self, and to be honest and truthful and not play games with people. They're very inconsistent, and they're very inconsiderate, is what I'm getting. Your advice here, your guidance is the 3 of Wands. Your guidance is to just look at the bigger picture here, okay? And be patient. Wait for you what's yours to come to you. 8 of Pentacles here is take this lesson. Your L, it wasn't an L as a loss. It was take your L, your lesson. Make sure you are extracting the lesson. This was to teach you something, and your ships are coming. You just need to regather yourself, okay? So, persistence again. Remain persistent in the pursuit of your happiness, and that does not lie within anybody else but yourself, okay? So keep that in mind. What you don't see coming here at the bottom of the deck, we've got Justice, and at the bottom of this deck, we've got the 7 of Wands. So, protect your peace, okay? Protect your peace. You are protected. Do your best to not be defensive here, because guess what? This person's going to get what's coming to them. They don't think that somebody just leaves you and goes and treats other people differently. It may look like that, but trust me, that's mainly us just making assumptions and making a story up in our head about our own, because our own insecurities are at play, and so we fill in all this information and make up these stories. But it's like people's problems follow them around, and this person is not going to suddenly go treat somebody all the ways you wanted to be treated and be like, oh, I get it. Like, no. If they're stubborn and rigid on certain things, trust me, they're going to go to the next person and be stubborn and rigid with them on those same things. And it's going to end the same way until they face the issue and stop running from their issues. If they wanted to fix and heal the issue, they would have to look at it, and they could do that, without running away. So that problem is going to follow them. Don't worry. This person is going to get what's theirs. And don't, I know that is nice to hear probably, but don't let that get to your head. You got to just push this person out. I'm really hearing they were no good for you. They were not going to go anywhere. So the Hamsa hand here is in your guidance. The Hamsa hand is protection, right? Let me see. Protection, dispelling bad energy. What's that Oprah gif where she goes like, see? This person was no good for you. Okay? So, pile 1, that's all I have for you today. I really hope it helped. Thank you. Hi, pile 2. All right, so you've got the Muse Tarot, and we're clarifying with the Tarot de Luz. and the Prism Oracle. The Prism Oracle deck. Okay. So, oh, and Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is the stone of unconditional love. It is associated with the heart chakra and healing. It transmutes pain into power. So taking, what has hurt you and finding the lesson in it, telling yourself the new story of gratitude, replacing negative stories with positive stories, looking at things from a different perspective. You can change the past by taking on a new perspective. You can change the future by taking on a new perspective. Your ability to transmute pain into power is within your heart. You're able to do this with the right mindset and the way of the right approach. Okay, the rose quartz is really good for, like, you can put it in your home, anywhere really, under your pillow, next to your bed, in your kitchen, in your shower, in your room, in your living room, wherever you want, and it will bring love into the space. Okay, so rose quartz. So I've already cleansed the space, and I've cleansed the decks, and I've pre-shuffled. So let's see. Oh, and your affirmation card. Let's see. Okay, so an affirmation for pile 2. Today I am responsible. Today I will make good choices that will bring me health and happiness. All right. So I'm getting here that maybe you made some irresponsible choices in this connection. Maybe you shut down when you should have spoke. Maybe you held back when you should have spoke. Oh, that's the same thing. Maybe you didn't say all that you wanted to say. Maybe you said too much. Maybe you let your emotions get the best of you. Either way, you're in a no contact situation with this person, and you are thinking about your role and what you played, and your side of the street, essentially. They say it takes two to tango. So let's get into this. A card for you. A card for you. The Muse of Voices. All right. A card for your person. The Four of Wands. Inspiration, Four of Wands. Past energy. Knight of Voices. Knight of Swords. Present energy. The Hermit. All right. Intuition. The Tower. Challenge. Five of Voices. Advice. Page of Voices. Person, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and their next move. Six of Wands. Six of Inspiration. Bias or caution. Bias or caution. The Seven of Materials, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And guidance. Guidance. You got the Nine of Voices and the Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Chariot. Okay? So. All right, the Muse of Voices here, which is the King of Swords. You may have said maybe you were overthinking this connection a lot. You constantly were in your head about this, couldn't seem to stop thinking about, where's this going? What does this mean? And you would try and intellectualize everything instead of just feeling it. This is something that your person, I'm getting here that your person, they want a reunion with you. They want to come back together, but it might not be the time. I think you're rethinking this because of the way you handled the situation. And I think you're the one that maybe left this person or walked away. Or you just didn't speak up. And maybe this was a mutually agreed upon thing. But either way, you didn't speak your full truth. Okay. So this is clarified by The Two of Swords. Yeah, you felt stagnant. You felt like it was a stalemate. Like it was you caused a gridlock by not communicating. And clarify the Four of Wands. The Emperor. Okay. Clarify the Knight of Voices. Five of Pentacles. And clarify the Hermit. The Ten of Wands. Okay. So you've got here the Muse of Voices, King of Swords, and then the Two of Swords. So you were overthinking a lot, and this caused you to stay in stagnation, in indecision, in just causing a gridlock, bringing everything to a halt. You didn't like the options that you're presented with because you didn't know how to communicate the way you felt. You felt largely at a how do you say? Gridlock is what I was trying to say with this person. Clarified by ideation. You couldn't, all these ideas would come into your mind and you just couldn't seem to focus in on how you really felt in regard to this. This person they see you as somebody who can provide structure and stability in their life. But again, the Emperor here, communication is lacking because the Emperor is really like, doesn't talk about their feelings. So that's what I'm getting here. They saw you maybe as rigid. This person does want some sort of reconciliation with you and wants to, have this reunion. This is clarified by hunger. They miss you. They miss you a lot. Hunger. They feel like they've lost something, and it's giving they did. They lost you. And they want you back. In the past energy here, you've got the Knight of Voices and the Five of Pentacles. So there was some choice words sent between each other, maybe spoken to each other, opinionated, directness, just like kind of clashing. And this caused a lot of somebody feeling left out in the cold, feeling rejected, feeling getting the cold shoulder. It caused you to give somebody the cold shoulder. Maybe this person lashed out at you because of they would try and talk to you, and then you would come and think they were attacking you maybe, and then you would say things, or you would be very just like blunt, and this person then was like giving you you started giving this person the cold shoulder in regard to this because you thought they were always coming for your neck. But really, I think they were just trying to communicate, some things with you. Maybe they didn't go about it in the best way, but if you look beneath the surface of it all, it's like they were trying to tell you something. And in the current energy, it's caused you to you felt very burnt out. You feel burnt out, stressed, and it's caused you to go into this introspective mode. And I feel like you're looking inward and seeing that this burnout and stress was largely on your own doing, because this person really was just trying to love you. And it's giving that you're watching this reading because you actually are realizing you care a lot more about this person too, and maybe that this is something that you're just coming to terms with. In the past energy, you've got it clarified by cleanse, and yeah, this was an opportunity to heal some old wounds, and it looks like you're realizing that that opportunity it's not fully missed, but you've passed it up at this time. Clarify the current energy clarified by magic. So somebody's trying to manifest you back, and it looks like you're on your way, based on everything here. But there was an opportunity to cleanse here. So some sort of harsh communication and some sort of abandonment wound, maybe feeling unworthy, feeling unloved, feeling like you're difficult, feeling like you're a disappointment, feeling like you don't know how to navigate these certain things. It was an opportunity to cleanse these things with this person, but you saw the face of it on them as them being the issue. Now, it's caused you to go inward and look inward and see that this burnout and stress was largely on your own doing. But look here, there's opportunity still exists, and it may. I want to just something about this card. So this card is also magic manifestation. It's like we are the creators of our own reality. So you created this stress and burnout for yourself by your limiting beliefs you've had regarding this connection, this person, love in general. But also, I just want to say something. The universe is not some big magic place. It's not some big magical place. Yes, it's magnificent. Yes, it's beautiful. It's like, wow, it's awing. It's awe-inspiring. But it's very simple the way it works. Input, output, input, output. What goes in here comes out here in reality. That's it. That's just how it works. It's not some big huge equation. It's literally input, output. Super simple. And the way, our ideas tied to our emotions, the way we look at emotions is what gets all in our way. It's like you can look at a negative emotion and think that means my world is negative and I need to, and then you start going down that spiral, because you think negatively about the negative emotion. When in reality, no feeling is negative. They're just feelings. And it's about, if you're feeling some type of way, just understand that if you're feeling a way that makes you feel bad, understand that that's an indicator that you need to change the channel of thought. Because the indicator of the painful emotion or the negative emotion inside of you is actually a message that says, you're on your way. You've identified something you don't like, and great, help has now come. You can change your thoughts and be on your way to a new reality. So just try to adopt that mindset, because you wouldn't be feeling this way if you weren't resisting something. Does that make sense? You're resisting something. So change your thoughts and stop resisting, and I believe you will come to find. You need to. So let's go to your intuition here. I'm sorry. I believe you will come to find that the answer to what you're seeking. So let's go to your intuition here. Your intuition here is the Tower. Your intuition's saying, let go. Stop trying to hold things up. You can't hold it all up around you. It's a facade. You are holding up a crumbling building that is falling, and the tower is meant to fall. It's sacred destruction. Sacred destruction, meaning it is going to fall, and something better to come in its place. And a lot of times we hold on and hold the tower up, and we don't want it to fall. And we're like, no, and we don't want to look at things. But it's like, that's resistance. That's also resistance. Let it fall. Okay? Clarify the tower for me. Clarified by the devil. The reason you're holding up is due to toxic behavioral patterns and ways of thinking that are largely keeping you small and keeping you addicted to a cycle of pain that you're not even consciously aware of. Clarify the Five of Voices. The Hierophant, Ace of Cups, and the Knave of Wands all came out. I'll clarify the Page of Voices for me real quick. The Three of Pentacles, and clarify the Six of Inspiration. The Nine of Swords. Okay, so this tower, you don't want the tower to fall, so you use your old patterns, that your old limiting belief systems, to keep the tower, to keep the false sense of control, to keep that idea in your mind that I've got it all under control, when really it just keeps biting you. It just keeps biting. Life just keeps biting you. It's because you're resisting. I'm saying all this out of love. I mean it. I'm not sitting here trying to condemn anybody. But your intuition's telling you this, and that's the reason you're feeling these feelings, and you're not listening to the feelings. You're saying, oh, these feelings mean I have to avoid them and need to run away from them, when in reality, they're telling you that you need to change your thoughts and change your behavior. That's what the feelings are trying to tell you. Okay. The Devil in Tower here is clarified by space. You need to clear your air, clear the space, and give yourself space. Give yourself room to grow, room to break, room to breathe. When we grow, we break. We think that that pain breaks us and all this breaks us. No, that hardens us. And that makes us grow, and that makes us able to grow. It gives us the space to grow. But what we need to do to grow, we have to break. We must break out of the box that we have placed ourselves in, that society placed us in, that our caregivers placed us in, that expectations placed us in. In order to grow, we have to break. So we're not fixing ourselves because we're not broken. We have to break the molds we've put ourselves in that have hindered our growth. Does that make sense? So your advice here, it's like there's a lot of advice. I'm sorry, you have a big challenge because there's all this challenge came out in challenge. So 5 of Voices is your challenge. Your challenge is the way you fight, the resentment that grew from fighting, from whether that's with this person, with the other people in the past, whatever it may be. This is in regard to how you gather and access knowledge. Maybe you have a history of in your upbringing of seeing the way fights go and then never seeing them get repaired, and that's why you're not able to really handle this and you run away when that happens. So there's some sort of knowledge that was gained that is you've conformed to in regard to this. It's surrounding love and intimacy, the Ace of Cups. And it's keeping you from going after what you want, Knave of Wands. It's keeping you from taking that step to go toward what you're passionate about. It's keeping you stuck from transforming this insecurity you have, death, into something you can be confident about. Your challenge is transformation. Your challenge is confidence. Your challenge is going for after what makes you passionate and going for love and knowing how to repair love and like allow the space for yourself to grow and understand that you don't have to be perfect in order to love. You don't have to be fully healed to grow alongside somebody. The most tremendous amount of growth happens within a relationship. You can only do so much by yourself. You won't actually know if you've done anything until you get into a relationship and see. So, you know what I mean? So you can't get your pilot's license online and know how to fly the plane. So you got to go and fly the plane in order to know if your pilot's training even worked. In order to know if your self-love, self-help, self-care even worked in healing yourself, you gotta go try relational love. Does that make sense? So your advice here is this is the avoidant card. Your advice here is to start communicating. Stop this. Work together with somebody. 3 of Pentacles, collaborate, effort, putting in the effort to collaborate on a team and stop being so isolated and communicative, non-communicative and avoidant and flighty when something comes up. Okay, and this is clarified by trust. You have to trust yourself. Trust yourself that you are going to give yourself the space and the grace and how do you say, the permission to be vulnerable with this person, to trust them, to trust. You cannot go into situations not trusting, because if you do that, you're going to breed distrust. You have to go in and give your trust until that person proves you otherwise, and then you can pull it away. But it's better to learn how to navigate that than it is to just never, to constantly go into situations not trusting and then breeding distrust unknowingly, and then being left with the outcome of, see, I knew I couldn't trust them, when really it's that you didn't trust, and that's why you now are being proven that you can't trust, because you literally just didn't do it. It's like you're going to be let down sometimes. You got to do it. And then if you get let down, learn how to navigate that instead of just not doing it, because as long as you're not doing it, it's not going to happen. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So for your person, what they're thinking, what they're feeling in their next move, 6 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords, they're hurt. They are hurt. They want you back. They're hungry for you. They want recognition for their part, for their good that they've done, for what they've given you. But the 9 of Swords here is like they're wallowing, they're depressed, they're sad. You have really hurt this person by walking away, and they want They want your trust. They want your connection. They want to hear your inner world. They want to support that. Clarify this for their person. Protection. They may not be right up front about it because now they're in protective mode. Now they have the way you have protected yourself, you have now bred that in this connection. And that is now, the walls are up. You see what I'm saying? When you go into something with these walls up, now you've got this person's walls up, and I'm not pointing fingers and saying who did what. I'm just saying there's a lot more going on under the surface than what's being said. It's like communication is 80% body language. I'm sorry, 80% nonverbal. Communication is 80% nonverbal. Meaning most of what we're saying and communicating to another person, you don't even say. You're not even saying it. But it's being corresponded to and reacted to, and it's being integrated into the connection. So really, really take that into account, that, you know, this something has put this person. So if you do talk to this person, they're probably going to be in defense mode and protective mode, and they're probably going to have some words for you, but lean into the discomfort. Lean into it. Instead of getting defensive, get curious. Why would this person feel this way? How does that make me feel? Instead of reacting, take the time to take a survey of how you're feeling and then respond. Instead of reacting. Don't react. Reacting has no thinking and it is impulsive. Responding is methodical, it's thought out. It's a mark of emotional maturity to be able to respond instead of react. So if you're really working on that, and it's giving you are, because your bias here, 7 materials, is the effort you've put in. If you're working on that, really just take that into consideration. You know, how quickly are you reacting, or did you take the time to really survey how you feel? Are you even aware of how you feel? Or is it a large facade of like, you know, this doesn't bother me and I'm fine on my own, and you know, so just be aware of those things. Your bias and caution here is the amount of effort in the tending to the garden, 6 of Swords, and clarifying it. So there's a lesson. Your lesson is not to put in less effort, is not to say, oh, it's because you didn't put the effort. If you show up to the garden with your seeds and they're not germinated, and then you only have like a half a can of water, it's like, of course the seeds got eaten up by bugs before you ever got, you didn't even put enough water. It's like you can't, your bias here is like you're shutting down building these walls and saying like, no, see, I'm proven that I can't do these things because people take it. No. You never started doing them. And when you did do them, you got hurt, and then you thought that like you had to protect yourself from that forever. So it's like, as long as you continue to enter that with that energy, you're going to get the same results. You know, you got to do something differently. You got to put that on the line and then learn how to navigate, you know, if it doesn't work out, and then it doesn't. I mean, things don't work out sometimes, and you have to just, how do I say? You can't go around avoiding pain. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. Learn how to navigate pain. That's where your success is. That's how you stop getting hurt. Actually, you never stop getting hurt, but when you learn how to navigate it, it becomes easier, and then you might find somebody who's willing to navigate it with you, and then guess what? True love and connection and intimacy is built. I believe this person wants to do this with you, and you need to go back and talk to them, in my opinion. Let's clarify your bias here. Bias and caution, passion. You've got a bias and caution around passion, what it means, how you present it, what it is like, what it entails. And you take these lessons and you say, I'm not going to put in more effort because I can't show this weakness, and I can't show this toward a person because then they're going to take advantage of it and they're going to hurt me, and I don't trust them. And really it's like, you don't trust yourself because you don't trust that you can get through it. So take that into consideration, okay? Your guidance here, Queen of Materials, 9 of Voices. Your guidance here is to understand that your pain has tried to provide you with a sense of knowing to where you're able to support support receiving. So clarified by Seven of Swords. The message I'm getting here, so receiving, the Queen of Materials, Queen of Pentacles, is receiving, right? It's allowing something in. The Nine of Voices is depression, pain, heart, it's like hurt. It's just really remorseful, trauma, nightmares. And then the Seven of Swords is your denial, trickery, being in denial, lying to oneself. So what I'm really getting here is that you have lied to yourself and told yourself that this pain is a marker of like your identity, and like you're carrying it around, and you've allowed it to block receiving love in general. So when somebody shows you this, you might see it as in a negative light. You might think that it's like too much. You might think that this person is trying to just take advantage of you or flatter you. Like, you don't see the truth of it, and you don't take them at their word, and you don't allow things to be because you don't trust yourself and you don't trust them. So I'm getting here that your guidance here is to look at all that and see why, and understand that that's not strength. Until you drop this wall and this wall, and you're left open to receiving, you're not being strong. You're playing off your fear. So a lot of times people think that like, oh, independence, but like they'll take it to the extreme, hyper independence. And it's like, you need to understand that. So just like needing somebody for the validation because you can't give it to yourself is unhealthy, just like that's unhealthy, so is using your sense of independence as a protective measure to keep other people away and not allow them to get close. That's just as unhealthy. So that's not strength. That is still a fear-based mindset and a fear-based action, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, you got the Chariot and the Five of Swords. And then here you've got Success. So, okay. If you're able to look at the conflict and the resentment that it created and extract something from that, instead of blaming and pointing and saying, this person did this and this person did that. No. Look at how you feel, extract from the resentment where that stems from, where it stems back to. I guarantee you it's before you ever met this person. There's something. How did it make you feel? Where did that feeling come from? Why do you feel that way? Follow the thread back to a time in the past where you also felt that way, maybe in your childhood, and really see where these limiting thoughts came from and why you behave the way you behave. Because until you look at that, you're not going to know the real root of the problem, and the root of the problem is not that person. Simple as that. Your chariot here, the Chariot here is a difficult road forward, navigating a difficult road forward, but it is also a victory. You will be victorious, and you've got Success here to clarify that, okay? So if you're able to really go back and look at this pain and the resentment you feel and the like disconnection and the disruption here, and look at it through a new lens and navigate that road, you will be victorious. And learning how to trust yourself, understanding that vulnerability is the only true strength. Not the only true, I'm sorry, is true strength. It's the pinnacle of strength, the highest form, to be vulnerable, not to be closed off, not to be hyper independent, and really give yourself that space for this transformation to take place, for this tower to fall. Because, excuse me, I'm so sorry. This person really does want you back, and it looks like it can be successful as long as you extract the proper lessons and really take accountability for your side of the street, okay? So that's all I have for you today, Pile 2. I really hope it helped. Thank you. Hi, Pile 3. Alrighty, so you chose the Tarot of the Drowning World, clarified by the Kawaii Tarot, and then also clarified by the Inner Guidance Messages, okay? And then you've got Crystal Quartz, clear quartz, as your stone. So clear quartz or crystal quartz is associated with the crown chakra. It is a healing stone. It is also great for protection, and it really has a connection with the spirit realm. So a lot of people use a crystal in an orb, maybe to connect with, mediums use it to connect with the spirit world, and also it can really help you come into alignment with your spiritual practices or your spiritual self, your higher self, a higher way of knowing, your consciousness awakening, and it's really good for just your journey in regard to, it can recharge you, it can recharge your home, it can recharge your decks, your other stones, it can cleanse spaces. So it's a really good healing and protection stone, and it is one of the staples and essentials to have. Okay, so let's pull an affirmation card for you. Pile 3, affirmation. Today I live in the present. Today I will start with a smile. I'm in control of my attitude. Okay, so I'm getting here that maybe you had trouble making sense of this connection. Since you are in no contact with this person, you had trouble maybe staying in the moment, and maybe you were too preoccupied with what this person was doing, or what, things meant, and how you guys were connecting and where it was going. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to know where you stand in a connection, but there's also a level of kind of did you allow it the time and space to evolve and to thrive? Maybe this person felt smothered, or on the other end, maybe you were overthinking so much that your own insecurities caused you to accuse this person of things. Maybe you didn't have actual conversations with them. But let's get into the reading and see. So I've already cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, and pre-shuffled. Okay, so a card for you. A card for you, Justice. Okay. And a card for your person on your mind. The Ten of Pentacles, past energy. Ace of Pentacles, present energy. Seven of Swords, your intuition. The Hermit. Your challenge. Your challenge is the Page of Pentacles. Your advice is the Ace of Swords. The person on your mind, what they're thinking, how they're feeling, and their next move. The Knight of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles here. And your bias or caution. The Two of Swords. Alrighty, and then your guidance. Your guidance is the Lovers. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so let's clarify this a little more. So on your end, you've got Justice. So maybe you're facing the consequences of some of your actions at this time. This person you wanted commitment with this person, and so did they. They wanted it with you. It had the potential of a long-standing commitment. However, there was some sort of deception that went on here, and whether that's on you or your person's end, I'm not really sure here, but let's see. You could be facing consequences of your actions, or you could be facing good karma and understanding that this separation was necessary and this person needed to grow. It looks like they are the ones that wanted this more than you, though. Let's clarify, or not that they wanted it more, but they maybe showed that they wanted it more. Clarify the Justice card, the King of Wands. You're getting a view of the bigger picture at this time, and you're having to make bold decisions because I'm getting here. Let's see. Let's clarify the 10 of Pentacles for them real quick. Clarified by the 3 of Wands. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles in the past, clarified by 8 of Wands, and then the 7 of Swords in the present, clarified by the 9 of Swords. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, so there's some sort of consequences here because you weren't looking at the bigger picture and you wouldn't make that bold decision in regard to this person. And this is clarified by gratitude. You had trouble finding gratitude here. You were too busy, maybe focused on the bad, maybe focused on the negative, instead of finding what was good about this person, what was good about this connection, what was good about the opportunities that were arising in the conflicts, what was good, what could be worked with. This person really wanted this long-standing commitment with you, 10 of Pentacles. And it looks like they were waiting for something to happen. They were with the 3 of Wands, waiting for their ships to come in. They planted the seeds, they communicated, and they were waiting for you to show up in that regard. This is clarified by brilliant. I'm getting here that maybe this person didn't make you feel too bright. Maybe they said things that made you feel like they thought they knew a bunch. They think they're brilliant. They think maybe you thought this person was trying to teach you a lesson by saying certain things, and it's like, I don't think that. I think that this person was coming from a space of wanting to have you understand them and wanted to, connect mutually with you in that regard. In the past energy, there was no physical action taken in regard to a new opportunity. So there was opportunities present, Ace of Pentacles, but 8 of Wands here, it required some sort of change or movement to happen. The needle needed to move, and there was physical action that needed to be taken. But there was that was not being taken there because of you couldn't find gratitude, you didn't see the gain in it, you didn't see what was good about it, and this person was waiting for that to happen. They wanted the 10 of Pentacles, but it had to start with the Ace of Pentacles, and the opportunity for it to gain momentum was not acted upon. And so in the present energy, you've now come to you're in denial. You maybe feel like you played yourself. You maybe feel like you're telling yourself this doesn't mean as much as you thought it did. I'm sorry. You're telling yourself it doesn't mean as much as it actually does. And so you're in denial about this, but you know that because you're also in pain, 9 of Swords. And you're trying to make sense of it. But it's because you got to look at, what happened and see like, okay, maybe I am lying to myself about something. You gotta allow, look at that. You gotta allow yourself to understand that that you can make mistakes. It's okay. You can understand that maybe you didn't make sense of your feelings at the time, but now they're coming through and you're understanding them. You gotta allow these things to come through, and you gotta allow the space to find that gratitude. And so over here in your intuition, you've got the Hermit clarified by the Knight of Coins. In your challenge, you've got the Page of Pentacles clarified by the Emperor. And in your advice, you've got the Ace of Swords clarified by the 6 of Swords. And your person's next move, how they're feeling, and what they're thinking is the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the Page of Swords. Okay, so your intuition's telling you to go inward at this time, the Hermit. And go slow with yourself, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Go slow, hard work, dedication, commitment to understanding. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't put one foot in front of the other. Don't get the cart ahead of the horse. Okay, so clarified by respect. You have to have respect for not only yourself and your pace that you're moving in, and that respect that this person, what am I getting here? Respect that this person wanted to connect with you and that they only wanted respect. And so slow moving energy that you had in regard to looking inward caused a lot of respect to go unnoticed. Maybe you didn't see how this person respected you, but it's caused a lot of disrespect. And that is why your intuition's telling you to bring that respect back. Slowly but surely, as you go inward and gain this self-respect for yourself, you'll understand that, maybe I've not allowed other people to see who I am, and really not given them the respect they deserve because of the lack of respect I have for myself, and like I don't want them to see who I am, and I don't know how to give that respect to other people, and maybe you don't even realize you're not doing it. You know what I mean? So this is not to get on you at all, but like, so your challenge here is the Page of Pentacles. So manifesting something important and an opportunity here. And then you've got clarified by the Emperor and overwhelming. So your challenge is that moving toward this goal of yours, something you want, something that's shiny, that you like, this person is you shut down. You think of it way logically, you want to control the situation, and you feel overwhelmed and out of control whenever you go near it. So it's hard. That's your challenge, is navigating those feelings and understanding what they mean and where they came from. Because what they mean is not that this person's not good for you, it's that you are uncomfortable with certain aspects of your character. So looking at that, there's some sort of truth here that needs to come through. So the advice is you're to look at these things, and you will reach an epiphany. You will have some sort of breakthrough and clarity in regard to this, and it will be a lesson. Six of Swords. It will be some sort of lesson that allows you to, it highlights an area you need to transition through and move on from that old way of thinking. And this is where you will find guidance. So going inward and being really honest with yourself, allowing yourself to, respect the way you feel. Back to respect the way you feel. So the Hermit is going inward. The Knight of Coins is hard work, dedication. Go inward, question yourself, respect the way you feel, and don't get your mind to go and fill in all the blanks. It's like, how do you feel? And why do you feel that way? And what is this trying to tell you? What are these overwhelming feelings trying to tell you? There's something here that you will have an epiphany, and it will be a lesson, and it will provide you a way forward. Now, your person, what they're going to, their next move and how they're feeling and thinking, they've got the Knight of Pentacles. So hard work, dedication. They're also on their own healing journey, but it looks like they were really dedicated and committed to you. And look, here and now, what was I saying earlier? It's like you weren't able to stay in the present with this person. Maybe you were overthinking things. Maybe you were really just struggling to remain in the present with them, and they knew that, and they felt very disconnected from you because of that. They tried to, they're moving on in their own way, but they're slowly moving on. And so you have an opportunity to hear, and this person is being somewhat avoidant, Page of Swords, but you know what? They're still here right now, and you have an opportunity to reach out to them. Spirit's saying, don't wait. Spirit's saying, don't wait. Your bias here is the Two of Swords. Your bias here is to remain stagnant, remain in gridlock, and not do anything. You think that that's saving or protecting you in some way, when really it's just slowly but surely making the situation worse. Clarifying the Two of Swords is the Hierophant. You have a bias around commitment and what this connection means to you. And so you do not include all the aspects. You do not include everyone's side. You do not include certain things. You pick and choose, and you cherry pick the things that match your narrative. And so you need to be aware of that. You're not being objective, you're being subjective. You're not being objective, you're being subjective. And your guidance here is the Lovers. Your guidance here is to follow your heart, to go toward that person, to communicate with them, is to build that connection. Your guidance here is to love. Fill the spaces in the heart where you're overwhelmed in your spirit. Fill those places with self-love, self-respect, and move toward love. Clarified by Justice. clarified by your card in the beginning. If you want to set something right, do the right thing. This person loved you. Okay, so, oh, clarified by gentle, quieted heart. When you can quiet your mind, you'll see that your gentle heart has been quieted. You've been quieting your heart with your mind. You need to quiet your mind and bring justice back to the situation of the heart situation. The you know, this talks about healing, right? So you need to heal. Allow your heart to feel because it's been quiet, and this your heart's gentle. It's like your mind is the one that's bringing in the rigidity and the it's causing the issues with this person. It's causing you to disconnect and not do the right thing, and following your heart and following love. So you need to make a choice. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Coins here. So this is something that is going to bring you a lot of security. It's going to bring you, so this is financial security. This is also like financial gains, and it's like really the singles card, but it's like what I'm getting here is like isolation. In this isolation, you are moving towards something that you want, and I don't think that you want to be apart from this person. So you need to make a choice. Two of Pentacles. You need to make a choice. Stop the juggling act. Make a choice to move toward what fulfills you. What is going to fulfill you? Okay, and I believe this person really, they're still available for you to make that change. So before they have adopted some new mindset with this, I would reach out to this person. Be with nature, maybe. So be with nature is your final card here. Be with nature. Go out and really get a grip and a hold on yourself and understand that you need to, the only time is now. The only time is now. So when it's tomorrow, it's going to be now. Yesterday, when it was yesterday, it was now. And a few hours ago, it was now. And right now, it's now. And in a couple hours, when it gets there, it'll be now. So we are just forever living on this stage of existence that exists in the now. And that is all we have. So stop waiting. Go out in nature, really ground yourself, lean into those overwhelming feelings, give respect to yourself, understand this person wasn't trying to be some smart ass, and find the gratitude and take physical action in the here and the now to go and stop this juggling act and make a choice. Okay, so pile 3, that's all I have for you today. I hope it helped. Thank you.